Welcome, everybody. We're live with Mark Hurst, the legend, the myth, our friend Mark, who's here in Oregon. It's his last full day in Oregon before he heads back to Iceland. And my friend Nick sent me a video of a kayak pin that he had GoPro footage of. And we watched it the other day and thought it was pretty cool footage. And there were some really good things done and maybe some things they could have done slightly differently, and thought we would review it. So we're here. What do you think, Mark?
Let's do it. I think it's a really good video, and it's a kayaking video. Yeah, I think there's some really good learnings to come out of this video. So let's have a chat.
And if anybody asks what the river is, I forget. Actually, it's in Idaho. It's like the East Fork. Looks like there's the kayak right there. Do you see it there? That yellow boat. See if I can go back and pause it. Right there. It's that yellow boat right there. That's what we're looking at to the left of that bush.
So it looks quite close to the river left bank.
Yeah, it doesn't even look pinned there, actually. It looks like it's kind of half out of the water. I think it's actually was moving around in the time. I don't know. And so it's my friend Nick. I used to guide with him. Awesome dude. Really good boater. And I don't think this is a commonly done river. Again, it's like he told me what it was. It's like the East Fork of the Black Bear River, something like that. I've never even heard of. So I don't think it's run that often.
It looks like a shallow technical style river.
Yeah. And based on that bush growing in the middle of the river, I'm guessing it's not running all the time.
Yeah.
And there's some audio. I turned it off, but you can hear them talk. I'm gonna turn it off so you can hear us. That was the audio. The person who swam was a part of a different group. So Nick is catching up with the swimmer in the kayak and kind of learning what's going on. Apex 03 asks if it's class 4. Would you call this class 4, Mark?
It's probably the generalized for the run. That doesn't really look like class 4 there to me. And you can tell it's like a bit of a rain run. If you look at the clouds up in the sky as well, it looks like could have been some rain.
It's definitely it doesn't feel like it's run for a while just because the sediment in the water and just the bushes right by the riverbank. Usually when things run like this, these bushes are not alive anymore. And just that like white, it's almost foamy white on top, like it's bringing down some pollution, like stuff that's been the riverbanks for a little bit.
Is that kayak midstream as well? Are they on the boat there?
I think that person eddied out and I think that person attaches a rope to the boat. Either they already have or they will.
Yeah. You can see somebody out of the boat as well on the bank river left as well. So we've got some type of containment.
Oh, there's somebody on the bank. When you said containment, what do you mean by containment?
It means that the stitcher, there's nothing moving downstream. The boat's been located. Obviously, the swimmer's out of the water, so we're not rushing for anything. There's no more swimmers in the water. We're just recovering property as opposed to people.
I like how we listened to the conversation earlier. It's nothing rocket science. How Nick's really good at rescue. He's a degree in physics, understands ropes. I've done a ton of classes with him. Like we taught classes together, and he understands this stuff. But he's not like rushing to go jump on the boat and be a hero. He's just talking to the person that swam, just being chill. Doesn't need to be a hero. He's just like letting things unfold and focusing on the person who's on the bank who could be cold or scared or hurt.
This is all good. There's no need to rush. Just take your time.
Have you been on trips, Mark, where they're like it's going to get dark, where you feel the need to rush? Where something like this happens, like, oh, we probably should take care of this.
Yeah, and I think as well when you get into the moment of it, the adrenaline starts to surge up a little bit, so you start to rush, and you get back to the car and you get off the water later on and it's dark, and you think we didn't need to rush too much. We could have slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's nobody in the water here, so you take your time. There's no need to put nobody needs to put themselves into expose themselves to danger to rescue the boat. So if they just think it through and think how they're going to get this boat sorted out, it should be quite straightforward.
I'm going to go back. I think this is a killer view because it shows downstream on the right. It looks like there's downstream safety. So in case somebody does fall in the river, that person probably is down there with a throw bag. Or if like the kayak comes loose on its own, hopefully somebody down there can get it, because it may just come loose and then you're chasing the kayak again.
Yeah.
And it looks like the person on the left already has a rope on the boat that they're kind of pulling on and messing with a little bit.
That's good. I think one of the things I see a lot of the times that people struggling to get lines across rivers or, throw a rope any distance. If they've already got a line attached to the boat, that's good. We just need to make sure that Nick doesn't get tangled up on it. And as well, also might be worth, if it is a busier river, their paddler that we saw on River Right with a pink tutu to signal to people that, what's going on. There's a line across the river and try and tell people to go down the right if possible.
Like have an upstream spotter, somebody up there that's like, hey, there's a rope across the river, which they've added a hazard.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that pinned from this angle.
I mean, it's been static for 6 minutes. So
yeah,
if he's already got if the paddler on the left already has a line on the boat and they're giving it a tug and it's not moving, you might need something more.
So next it looks like it goes over to just lend a hand pulling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks pinned there. It looks worse. Oh, there's a rock. Do you see that rock that's on?
Yeah.
This angle.
It looks like it's broached cockpit facing up as well, so the boat's going to be full of water.
Yeah, that rock right there. It's up against that rock.
Yeah. I mean, without being there and without seeing it, and if that is a shallow technical river, could they simply just wade out to the boat and get out to it, or is there too much consequence downstream?
Yeah, the water's moving pretty fast. We just finished that rescue class that Mark, the rescue instructor class that Mark did, and I had to do a wade. There wasn't even that strong yesterday. You had me do, and it took all my ability. I think that's stronger. This guy set up some sort of mechanical advantage system.
He's being proactive, definitely thinking about, what's the next step? How are we getting this boat off? If I'm helping Nick now, I think the next thing I'd be doing is I'd just be looking at the angles and making sure that all the angles are good. The idea is we want to pull that boat off as close to the angle that it went on the rock at.
Mike says +1 for good shoes. I mean, having good footwear, sticky. If they're wearing flip flops right now, this is a different game. Or Crocs, which we see a lot of kayakers wearing Crocs.
Yeah, it looks to be quite a thin throw rope. Okay, we've got a 3-to-1 settle. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like a thin rope. See if that prussik's tied properly. Nope. So the prussik's sliding straight away. So a common thing I see with a lot of kayakers is they don't understand how to do the pinch rule. And basically, if you pinch your prussik, the hole that you're left with in the middle of the pinch, if that pinch is thicker than the diameter of your rope, the prussik's not going to grip. So it's either that the prusik is going to be too thick, or it's a really static cord that's not gripping to the rope, or just tied poorly.
And you want to make sure your prussiks match your rope. And that's a thin rope. I don't think this prussik's going to work probably, but this is where having those Sterling auto blocks or hollow blocks that grip to anything is just sweet. No knot. And Nick is very good with knots. So this is Nick's GoPro footage. We're watching what Nick is doing. Nick's dressing it right now too. Like it was tied, but not very well. It's not dressed well. It doesn't look right. So like Nick's dressing it. And I bet you Nick could Nick's commenting, saying the same thing. Thin line, Prusik slipping. Nick, what about another wrap on the Prusik? Like do one more wrap to get more friction. But nice job, Nick, with the dressing it up.
I think something we see nowadays, a lot of kayakers will carry rescue equipment and they won't necessarily have tested it or used it. So they're going to carry it for the sake of carrying it without testing or having the full knowledge. That's just slipping, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Nick just said, yeah. Ended up just using. Was it your hollow block? Where'd you find the hollow block, Nick? Did you have it? So it is. It looks like it's gripping now. Hey, before I want to ask Nick too. Nick's here. Oh, the log just moved. The anchor moved.
Yeah. That's frustrating.
What's the rule, Mark?
5 and alive. 5 inches in diameter, 5 foot high, and alive if you're going to anchor to trees. But good, you've got more equipment. They've got a backup plan.
This is Nick using his flip line as an anchor. We've been testing these things. They're strong. We'll just they're not officially rated. Like they haven't been tested by science, but we have tried to break these things. Although they look smaller.
That looks like the blue. That looks like one of the blue water ones that Nick's using there, and I think they've been tested.
Yeah, that one has. Yeah, Nick and I bought those blue waters at the same time. Actually, around the same time. I was using the blue waters before I made the River Hardware ones. These ones have probably been tested. Mine haven't, but we tried breaking it with an excavator the other day and couldn't break it. So these are really good at quick anchors. You have it already in your PFD for all the other stuff you might use it for. And there's no knots to tie. Like,
nope.
Nick's just go ahead, Mark.
I think the days of guides carrying 1-inch tubular webbing in their PFDs, which takes up space and it's heavy, I think those days are slowly coming to an end, and people are moving to these lightweight flip lines now, and it just makes life quicker and easier.
Like
the evolution of our equipment.
And these float. They're strong. They're slippery like carabiners, so they can help with mechanical advantage, and they float. And they're so strong.
Okay. I love the way these guys are just working through the problem. They're not flapping, just taking the time, working through the problem. They're probably strangers and never met each other. Well, that's interesting. Never met each other before. So that looks like a Kong duck on the MA system, and that'd be interesting to see how that works.
Nick, I'm curious who had the Kong duck. I'm like to hear more about the background of this thing. If you have any thoughts, you can add anything, Nick. When Mark watched this earlier, he was like, interesting choice. So this is theoretically, with this device, acts as a pulley and a redirect in one, theoretically.
I know it's not a pulley because the Kong, there's no moving wheel in it. So basically that's just progress capture they've got there.
It's not a pulley, but it acts as a pulley. So I'm guessing the rope goes around some sort of thing that's smooth. It's not turning a wheel, but it moves around it. So it's acting in that role that we would use a pulley. It's just probably it's just more friction.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Nick's saying it was some other guy's stuff. And I think a lot of people are familiar with the, what's the other device that has teeth? The one
micro traction or a T-block.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's keep going. What I've noticed one thing that's wrong here. That the guy pulling is downstream of the rope.
Yeah.
So we want to try to be we really want to be upstream of that rope. If you look at this, like if that boat comes free, is that person going to get shoved in the river?
Man, they'll probably just fall over. But if something breaks.
Yeah, it could hurt. It could hurt this person. When that comes off, it could be a lot of force and knock him over and cause an injury. Because it'll be pretty quick and it could tangle him up and cause a problem. So like definitely want him upstream with a rope. Like Nick is. Nick, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Got good shoes. Those cool capri shorts.
There we go.
Oh.
Now we're stepping over.
I think. Do they have progress capture right now?
Yeah, the Kong. The Kong has progress
that's
capture.
right. That's right. Because the teeth are grabbing the rope.
And they're gonna extend their haul line a little bit there. Is that what they're doing?
I think it's easier to pull because that rope is so thin it's hard to pull on.
Yeah.
And so by adding the webbing, it's gonna be easier to pull.
But if you look at the angle of that pull there now, if they were to just bring all 3 ropes as close together to parallel, that system would be a lot more efficient. You could generate by having a bigger angle on that pulley that's closer to the kayak. By opening up that angle, they're just adding more friction into their system.
I wouldn't say friction. I think the math is just worse.
Yeah.
Do you see the plastic slipping?
Yeah.
I think right now the plastic slipping.
If you think we're losing efficiency from the stretch, the rope going over the pulley, in theory it's a 3-to-1, but on the anchor side they're missing a pulley there. So I mean, we're going theoretical MA. You know, you're probably getting closer to 2-to-1 with what they're using there.
I mean, I would say with that
but
angle,
it's something that's better than nothing.
Yeah, I'd say they're like, my guess is they're in like the 1.5, 1.6 to 1 right now.
Yeah.
And you're right, something's better, but they're also getting the advantage of progress capture. If you're just pulling on a rope, you don't get it. By setting this up this way, they can pull and then take a break, pull and take a break, and do it slowly. So this looks like the hollow block's going on now. I think that's what's happening.
I mean, I like the way they're improvising. You know, they're thinking about extending the line by putting that flip line on the end of the throw bag so they can get a good haul. They're using better equipment. They're thinking through the process. It's great. Everybody's always an expert from the comfort of their own armchair.
I'm going to pause really quick and just share. I really like this piece of equipment. This is the hollow block. I bring this up because like a mini commercial. I sell them through this website, Hard River Hardware. They're super strong. They grip to pretty much any rope. They're really cool. I personally like the auto block a little more. It's not as strong. I just think it's easier to work with. But either one of these are amazing press-sticks. You don't have to worry as much as about the grab because they're designed to grip all kinds of ropes. All right, enough of that. Mark, it's always fun to do a little mini commercial and see if we sell 1 or 2 of the things.
Yeah, if you look at the angle there now, if they could close that angle up, definitely make that system a little bit more user-friendly.
Oh, the webbing's
they're in a short, they're in a tight working space as well.
They got it.
Yeah, they got a boat. Nice. It's worked. Good on your team.
Now for the hard part. Combining the boat with the person.
Yeah. These guys have just spent all that time and edge doing the MA. The rest of the team can deal with that.
Like, hey, can you guys deal with this while we put all this stuff away and celebrate how awesome we are?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to do now. That kayak's full of water. You got to empty the water out. You got to undo all these knots, put this whole thing away.
Was that kayak, I don't know, Nick, was that kayak able to be reused? Did it have any holes in it? Was any of the outfitting broken because of the force from the pin?
Apex 030. I prefer these are hollow locks. I don't see the link that you linked to Apex 030 because the software you're using, but I'll check it out when we're done with the video. Sweet.
Oh, beautiful.
What kind of boat was it, Nick? Is it a
Looks like a piranha boat.
Yeah.
That color scheme looks like a piranha boat.
Yeah, Ripper 2.
Yeah. So that's the rope that you get in the NRS throwbacks. And if you look at how that rope's behaving now that it's had a lot of tension on it, is it the Dyneema or the Spectra in the rope? And it kind of loses a lot of its elasticity.
Do you think that's the NRS Pro, the Kayak Rescue Pro?
Yeah, it's stuff you get. It's been years since I've bought an NRS bag, but that's what it looks like.
Eldred HMPE 6mm cord sling. Let me look it up. Eldred.
Yeah, I know the type. Yep, I know them.
Are they good?
Yeah. I mean, the Eldred stuff tends to be really hard to work with. It's not soft. And that's what I like about. And I've seen the Eldred slings fail a little bit on really thin lines, but that's just my experience. That's why I like the hollow block. And the thing I like about the hollow block, if you're using the short one and you're using it for water-based MA systems, it's just the right length. I don't know what the length is of those of
the shortest one's 15.7 inches. I'm gonna speak in English, Mark.
Okay.
15.7 inches, and the auto block hollow blocks I like are 13.5 inches.
Yeah.
So this one's a little bit big for progress capture. It's like,
I mean, progress capture on the anchor end, up at the boat end of that MA system would have been fine.
I'm gonna have to get one of these and check it out. I always like checking out new equipment. It was a Zet throw bag. I didn't even know Zet made throw bags. Zet throw bag. Oh. Not
Probably put in Zet kayaks.
Oh, Zet USA is done. Like I think they stopped importing stuff in the US. Maybe they don't sell them anymore. All right, back to this. Apex03 says they work well on narrow diameter ropes, better than hollow block on 8mm rope. Interesting. Okay. I'm surprised. I've seen hollow block grip to anything amazingly well. We were removing a wire from the wind a few years ago, like a piece of like telephone cable wire, and my auto block attached a wire, which is insane. I just tested it before we were gonna like tie a whole thing up. I put the auto block on just slippery wire and it attached. So I've never had a problem with them. I would like a different press-sick maybe, that like if the Eldred had a higher melting temp, that might be a selling point for me. But for gripability, I feel like the hollow block and auto blocks are
what I think Apex is saying is that, and this is I've remembered where I've seen these now, is that they can be used as a sling and as a prusik. I'm pretty sure if they're Eldred, they're tested as well, and see what they're tested to, and compare them to the hollow blocks would be interesting.
Just like the strength.
Yeah. You can double up, use them as a sling and a prusik.
What do you mean by a sling? Like a flip line?
Like an anchor, just a closed, like a closed sling, which you could do with a hollow block as well if it's a small.
So breaking strength is 22 kilonewtons.
There you go.
That's a lot. That's gotta be more. Let's look up Sterling.
That's the same as a carabiner.
Yeah. Let's see what the Sterling says. 12.5 kilonewtons. So like almost twice as strong. So yeah, definitely strong.
What a lot of people think as well is that when you're using a prusik in a system, you want your prusik to be your fuse. You want your prusik to fail. So yeah, it's really good to have high-tech prusiks, but at the end of the day, especially in an MA system when in the water where we can build up energy a lot, we can build up a lot of forces. You want something to slip, which is normally a prusik. So you could build up these forces and build up these forces, and you want your prusik to slip or fail at a certain point. Whereas if you're using super strong prusiks, what is it that's going to go? Your anchor, a carabiner. So I think there's pros and cons.
That happened the other day. Remember, we were breaking D-rings. So we're like setting up a 3-to-1 with a redirect and like pulling out of the machine. and we were popping D-rings off. But once we started attaching to, I think it was 3 D-rings, we had a prusik break. And so instead of like the D-rings breaking, the first thing to break was the prusik, which is what I'd rather have. But yeah, like that, like you said, I think pros and cons. Like there's depends what you're doing. As long as you understand, I think it's fine. It's cool. I'm gonna Apex 030. I'm gonna get one and check it out. I love checking this stuff out.
And then the other thing I'd talk about there is the duck Kong. So in the kayaking world, so our throwbacks are made from polypropylene, which is what makes the rope float, and that's the property that gives the rope its ability to float. And that it's not the strongest material, and pretty much we advise against using a toothed product on a polypropylene rope. And I've seen it where a toothed product has stripped a throwback, and the Kong does have teeth as opposed to a cam. So the Kong is.
Oh, look at this. This has a cam. It looks like. Do you see that mark?
Yeah, the one I saw in the past had teeth.
Can you hear the audio?
Yeah.
Let me turn audio down so it's not distracting. That thing's smaller than I thought it was.
Yeah, they're tiny. I used to carry one. I carried one once, and I was rafting in New Zealand, and I put one on a line to do a haul, and I stripped the line with it.
Wait, you can use this at like it's pretty versatile because you can also use it for your pulley pressing out on the line too. Like if you had,
I don't know what it is. So we did this when I used it. We used it on the it wasn't on the anchor end, so it was on the boat end, the pinned boat end, and we started to haul it, and it just stripped the rope.
Mark, maybe they changed it because it looks like it's more of a cam and less of a tooth thing. I'm gonna order one of these too and test it out, play with it. Well, it was cool. Did you see that in the video there a second ago? It was using webbing.
I'm having a look.
Huh, interesting. Oh, and see how it goes through the. It's cool. Somebody's thinking. But it's not a pulley, so it's like it's just like the rope's going over a piece of piece of metal.
Yeah.
All right. Almost done. All right. Apex 03. He uses the Elder Slings as Prusik on 8mm rescue tech rope. Huh. That's cool. What's 8mm rescue tech rope? Is that like a specific brand you like, or that's pretty? Tell me more about this rope. I'd love to check it out. Well, that's it, Mark. Thank you for being a part of this, for sharing your thoughts. Nick, thank you for leaving a GoPro on. Yeah, thanks for having a GoPro on, Nick, and for sharing the footage. A lot of people have GoPro like this, and it's just sitting on a hard drive. So if there's like videos like this we can share, people doing cool stuff, it's really fun to talk about. And that's it. See y'all next time we get on the internet.
Thank you.